Hi, piggies. Welcome back for another week of Talking Pink.
Hey.
Of course, we're going to talk about a few topics that y'all all have already discussed. And we're just going to give y'all our viewpoint. And we got a real dope guest who wasn't afraid to come out doing all this bullshit to hang out with us.
I was.
So, we'll be right back.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Welcome back to another week of Talking Pink.
Pink. So, I'm just going to get to it.
Yeah, get to it.
What is the fuss about this coronavirus bullshit that everybody keeps talking
Hold
about?
on. Are you a conspiracy theorist first?
Yes.
Yes,
I
you
am.
are.
I don't believe
So,
shit.
so you think this was created by a source?
Yes.
Who made this shit up?
Somebody in the lab. Some smart ass nigga who don't know.
It wasn't one of
Yeah.
us who made this shit up, okay?
Somebody made it in the lab. And I think it's made in the lab because it's a test. It's a test for the apocalypse.
Oh.
And I'm sure there's going to be one. We don't know the day, the hour, the time, none of that.
Oh, damn.
But
you
there's
went
going to
big.
be one. So this is a test. And of course, it's going to be man-made.
So are we
and
failing
it's the
or we
population
passing
control.
right now?
What?
Are we failing or passing a test right now?
Failing or passing a
Yeah.
test?
Are we failing or are we passing? At
We're
this point right now.
reacting as expected.
How are you reacting when you first heard about it? Were you like, whatever, it's gonna blow over, or you were like, let me go get water and toilet paper?
No, I was like, this again.
This again,
What is
like
this?
from what?
What is this distraction for? What
it's
are we
politics.
doing?
It's an election year. What do you mean?
What's really going on?
What do you mean?
That's what I'm saying.
It's an
why
election
are we
year.
looking left when we should be looking right?
Because nobody can drive. The end.
The chicken got hit. But there is something underlining here
Mhm.
that's happening, and we don't know because we're so focused on the coronavirus and the people who are dying from the virus
Right.
that they
It's-
seem
I mean,
not
it's
seem to have a
serious.
cure for. It is
Right.
serious,
Right.
and
So
it's
I wanna
like
know
a
what
low
these
key,
underlining conditions are.
and it's like a low key HIV or AIDS,
Okay,
because
why do you say that?
it attacks the immune system, right?
Damn, you
That's-
didn't have to take it to that though.
But for real though,
So that's
if-
what you
when you
that's
really
what you
look
think
at-
about people who got it.
what do you mean?
You
is
got the
that-
HIV.
Pretty much, but there's no medicine for it,
Yeah.
and there's no cure for it just yet.
They have medicines for HIV. They're all over the news.
No, not this one.
Oh.
This is the one, the new one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just what I'm
not gonna lie.
I could be 100% wrong.
You are 100% wrong, but
Nobody is.
I'm
But
not.
I just think that there is something bigger
Okay.
that's happening.
I'm not gonna lie. I felt like a certain group of people made it up, and they were supposed to send it out to us, and it just kind of got out of hand over there, and it is like, fuck, shit.
We
Goddamn.
fucked up. We fucked
Yeah,
up.
we did.
Abort.
Exactly. We were supposed to send that shit. It got out. Yeah.
I told you to quarantine yourself for 3 weeks. Okay. But yeah, I think there's something else. But we're going to talk more about that, unfortunately. I'm sorry. But if y'all want to hear our opinion about it, we're going to talk about that shit, okay?
Hey, I'm like, they are so dumb. This is not what's going on. Thank you for watching.
We're pretty. We're so pretty.
And be pretty with us, okay? Okay, aside from that, what happened this week? What's been going on?
We've been talking about that a lot at
Mhm.
work, our procedure, which we really don't have one.
I mean, y'all are really on the front line. It's kind of like scary for you guys because
We interact with a lot of
you
different
interact
people.
with customers all day. Like you could never take your work home. You could never work from home.
Nah.
That's
But-
interesting. How you feel about that? Like, what if the government does decide to shut down? How would that affect you guys over there?
I get paid off commission.
Oh shit!
I need
that's
work.
fucked up. That's
I
fucked
need
up.
work to make money. Mortgages due.
No,
As you would-
no.
What do you mean?
Your
Like
mortgage
health?
Not due. Mortgage not due.
What do that mean?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I get a break?
Yeah.
Is it a break for me? I don't have to pay?
Yeah.
Who said that?
I don't know.
Put it in writing. I didn't get that email.
It's in the email.
Which one?
The pretty one. I'm gonna forward it to you. I mean, because I don't have no mortgage, so I'm all right.
So, okay, please forward that
but
email
the water
to
gonna
me.
be on. They ain't gonna cut off the water.
Oh, the water.
They're not gonna cut it on. How you feel about the water? Are you drinking it? Are you bathing in it? You brushing your teeth? What are you doing?
I used to drink water all day long.
From what?
I haven't had any water in the past week.
Are you serious?
Because I haven't been able to buy any. Every time I go, it's sold out.
Listen, if you had that account that I told you about, you were sitting up here talking about me because I'm in a club, okay? Because I'm part of a membership. She was like, she wasting her money and she in a club and you got to pay extra money. I'm in the club. I got my cases of water. I don't know what the fuck we all getting water and toilet paper for. Like, we going to be pissing this whole time we off.
So you go to this restaurant and you pay to park in their parking lot. That's what I feel about.
It's called valet. It's called valet.
Okay. But that's what I feel about your membership.
It's called valet.
I know what it's called.
So what you gonna wipe your ass with when you piss? Because you ain't got no toilet paper. You ain't got no water.
I got hand towels.
That's disgusting.
If I wash them, it's not.
How you gonna wash them? You need water to wash them?
There is water, tap water. That ain't off.
You better be glad they're not cutting off the water.
We got 10,000 bayous in the city of Houston.
And they all flooded last year. So what you saying?
All I got to do is
Where your
boil
mayor
it.
at?
Where my
Where
mayor?
your mayor at? Like, where he hiding for? That's your people.
What? I haven't even heard
That's
from
your people.
him.
Where he at? Where he hiding for? He done got past that little situation.
I have not
I
heard
could be
from
an intern.
Sylvester.
You ain't gotta pay me that much.
She lying. She tripping. But anyway. We got a guest
over here listening to this like, oh my God.
We got a guest. We got a guest.
Exactly.
Guest. We got a guest.
And you're not gonna have to guess who too longer.
You
Oh my God, is this you trying to rap?
You wouldn't let me sing.
I wouldn't let you sing. Please
Gonna
don't
make
put
a
her
bunch
on
of
nothing
noise.
that you have coming up. Don't even let her open up. Don't even let her open the rope to let people in. Come on in.
$10.
No. We have a guest. Introduce our guest.
Our guest is
My favorite color.
that is awesome color. She is Miss Genesis Blue. I like that name.
I know.
H-Town's own. You gotta represent Southside.
She not from the South Side.
Nigga, that's H-Town.
Oh, we
Jam.
saying the N-word. We saying the N-word.
Yes.
Oh my God.
We say the N-word over
No,
here.
we don't.
We're not afraid to say the N-word.
Yes, no, I don't.
We,
don't say it.
us.
Interesting.
Us.
Okay.
Me. Keita
Well,
B.
let's ask.
Us asking who?
Oh my God.
Welcome,
to
Genesis Blue.
Right. Welcome
Thank
to
you
Talking
so
Pink.
much.
My favorite color is blue.
Oh, wonderful. It's not my favorite color.
Oh.
It has a whole different meaning.
Let's scratch that right on off.
It's my third favorite color, actually.
Where did you get the name? How did you come up with the name?
I used to go by Just E, and I hated that name because people would think it was juicy. It was like it was like JUS apostrophe E, because you know how everybody was little this and that. So I was just E, and then I was like, this is not working. I don't like it, and so I sat down and I was like, I just want to have a new beginning, a new life. And also at that time, the music was very trash. And I was like, we just need, like in Genesis, when things get washed away so that we can make a new.
Right.
And so I thought about Genesis. And then I am a Zeta. So I instantly like to always rep blue. And when you're an artist, you got to have a brand. So I was thinking blue is also a royal color. Okay. So I always wanted to remind every woman that they are royalty. So I always rock royal blue because of that.
I knew she had something.
I was going to ask you if you were in a gang, but okay. Yes,
Not yet. No. Well, I'm a Zeta, so some people would say that Greeks are similar, very eerily similar to gangs. Yes.
Pretty much. So let the people know who you are, what you do, and how you became where you are now.
I'm a hip-hop artist, an activist. I call myself a raptivist for short, a psychotherapist, lover of mankind. How did I get started?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You know what? I've been doing music and poetry since I was probably 11 or 12 years old. So it's just always been something that I loved. I started out writing poetry you know how you're always dark, like in middle school, you get your depression
Puberty.
stage and you're getting bullied or whatever is going on. So you start writing because it's very therapeutic for you. And then I start to hear music on the radio, and I was like, I could do that.
Right.
Like, this is not hard. Boom, boom, boom. So I started, writing lyrics instead of just writing poetry. And back in the day, you could record and then listen back and just keep writing songs. So that's how I started writing songs. So I kept doing that.
Okay.
That's awesome. So I know some of your influences are like Lauryn Hill, Nas,
Of course.
the greats.
Of
Black
course.
Hand.
So were you listening to them at an early age, and you decide to mimic some of their stylings, or do you sing, or just
I am a lover of Lauryn Hill for sure. I was actually late to Nas, but then once I found, because I'm from Greens Point,
Right.
and my parents were not like, here, listen to this.
Right.
I'm really a lover of R&B music,
Right.
Yeah.
but God said differently. Like
Right.
I got an okay singing voice, but I can rap much better than I can sing. So I was really listening to like hard R&B. I was actually a stan of SWV, so
Yeah.
I just
Okay,
wanted to
yes.
do everything
Yes.
SWV,
Yes.
but I could rap instead. So
Yeah.
later on, I picked up like Nas, Tupac, Biggie,
Yeah.
and fell in love with the artistry of what they
Right.
do.
Right.
So yeah, those are definitely influences for me.
Oh yeah, she forgot Jay-Z, but that's okay.
I'm not a Jay-Z fan. Do we want to have this discussion now?
We can have this discussion.
Okay, I don't dislike
Absolutely.
Jay-Z, but his music doesn't move me
Move
like
you?
the other people do, because
Right.
I don't know. It's like when white people try to sing soul music. Like when Justin Bieber was singing Never Would Have Made It, it's like, that's cool. He was singing Never Would Have Made It, but it doesn't hit you in your gut like, I really understand what this dude is going through. That's how I feel about Jay-Z.
Well, on
He
the
can
other
rap
hand,
bars on bars on bars.
I love Jay-Z.
Jigga.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
I am.
This is not
I've
about
been
you.
in love with
How y'all
Jay-Z
doing? Thank
Since
y'all for
day
watching.
one.
1998.
Wow. Kudos.
And I've followed him because to me he's this cool, charismatic gangster,
He's married.
and he
True.
doesn't
True.
come at you like a lot of the other
True. So I
hip-hop
will say
artists, so I
I've become
like
a
him.
bigger fan over the last 5 years or so with his
growth.
activism.
Yes.
And,
Right.
and so I
On
really
that
got to
side.
see
Right.
him, because before I felt like it wasn't genuine and authentic. So, I mean, and if Jay-Z ever sees this, I ain't trying to beef with nobody. And Jay-Z it's not a beef thing. I'm just being honest. We have to be
Right.
honest. So later on, he
Exactly.
began to speak to me. Like that
Yeah.
444 album, I was
Yes.
like, yes,
Yeah.
that's the
Right.
Jay-Z
Yeah.
that speaks to me.
Right.
And so
yeah.
to me, because
okay.
of the
She's
Really
like, I
good
really
you
want
wanted to have this conversation.
You-
We
oh
having
my
this
God, I
conversation.
gave her
I
the
okay?
really
okay.
wish
You
you
gave
guys.
her the okay.
So she wanted
You
us
gave
to
her
fight.
that.
She wanted us to be us to be beat.
I didn't. I just didn't
You
think you would
just
keep
wanted-
talking about it. He's married.
I know
Okay.
that. I don't want to
And
marry
if he-
him.
and if he
For as
ever
long as he's
saw
married, I
these
don't wanna
videos,
marry him, 'cause
he would
I'm
probably
married too.
applaud your effort, but there's a whole beehive that will sting
That's
you
true. Truth.
I am not afraid
to get
because
stung.
I've met Jay-Z
no.
3 times.
Oh my God. Okay, so this is not what we're gonna do. This is not what we're gonna do. No. Okay, so I have a question. Okay, can we mute her mic or something?
We can talk for a whole hour or
about
more
Jay-Z.
about
Okay,
Jay-Z.
no.
Me.
Are there any
in the
Are
mic.
there any artists right now that speak to you the way that
Those
Nas and
Yeah, that's easy.
other
That's
artists
Yeah.
did?
Rhapsody.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest we probably don't know mainstream wise. You know.
So you're
Not J.
more,
Cole?
So more of an
J.
underground.
Cole, yes. And Kendrick, of course. I was thinking
Right.
who's recently released
right,
music. But J. Cole, Kendrick, and it's gonna be Rhapsody for me right now.
Yeah.
I
So
actually just came from a concert.
You more listen
Day
to
for Yourself.
underground.
It's that midstream. You know, the people who are popular enough to fill the concerts, but nobody's speaking about them on mainstream, and you don't
okay.
hear. Like, there's an artist named Saba, Saba. He's sick with it. But, you know, you ain't going to hear him on the radio, but he can
Okay.
pack a
Yeah.
concert out. I listen to,
Right.
like, the middle artists, yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
There's another one. I can't remember his name. J.I.H. or something.
J.I.D.
J.I.D.,
you got it.
J.I.D..
That's exactly. All
J.I.D..
those cats run
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
Earth Gang, people like that. That's
Yeah.
what I'm rocking, yeah.
How did you get into the activist side of things and mixing that with your artistry?
So, actually, my grandmother, she was like a super activist. So, even though I was born sort of in Greenspoint. I was raised between Greenspoint and Acres Home.
Okay.
Because my grandmother lived there. And while she was there, like, she was like a great impact on, you know, the town, the community. Like, I remember being a little girl and she's like, we're doing a march on drugs. We're doing the war against drugs. Let's go. You got to do it. And she would just plan a whole community Easter egg hunt for the kids when nobody was thinking about these kids.
Right.
So I just grew up around it. So it only is natural for me. And then when she passed, of course, I wanted to carry that torch. And continue that legacy.
That's beautiful.
So did you go to school for
mental health?
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
So
I
how
went
did you
through
get
lots
into
of
that?
schooling. I always knew that's what I wanted to do. You know, so many of my friends, and I'm sure you guys know, a lot of people like just go to school and just major and stuff, and then they never do anything that has to do with their major.
Yeah.
I always knew. I guess that's one thing about me. When I make up my mind, I just stick to it. So I took an intro to psych class in high school, and I never looked back. And I went all the way through to my doctorate. And then in the middle of my dissertation, I was like, I'm ready to do music because I actually don't even need this PhD to be a therapist. You just need a license.
Right.
So don't get in student debt over that, y'all. Get the master's degree and you're good.
She gave y'all that for free. Okay.
Jules.
So did you deal with mental health, or did anybody around you deal with it?
Absolutely. So I have a family member who, of course, was in a war, and he has PTSD. I struggled with being bullied a lot and having difficulty just getting into my social identity because I was a black nerd in Acres Home, but then in Greenspoint, and then they sent me to an all-white school as if they were saving me, and that just fucked me up even more. So I just understand a lot of the struggle. That's why one of my favorite populations to work with is teens and young adults. Yeah.
So how young?
I will not see a kid under 9 or 10. I need you to have a conversation with me. I don't like all the, let's play this game. I need you to be able to talk to me. So the lowest I'll go is 9 or 10.
So I'm there because I have a child.
She's 9.
No. No. She gonna be like, that's your mama, right? Go back to her. But she told me to come talk to you. Okay, so no. I have a child, and she's young, and she has emotional disturbances, and it's exhausting.
Yes, it is.
Being a parent. So do you talk to parents?
Absolutely. So I do a group. I actually work for the county, the Harris Center. You probably know it as MHMRA. It's like one of the biggest mental health providers.
Absolutely.
I actually do parenting groups there. And then I also work at a treatment center, an RTC, with kids who have ED when they have been taken from their home for one reason or another for CPS. So I deal with the most difficult cases that you're going to find. Yeah. And I work with the families or the adopted parents or the foster parents.
It's just... She's mine.
Go ahead.
It's exhausting.
It's very difficult.
And like you try to talk to other people, and they're like, "You shouldn't put her on medication, or you shouldn't do this, or you just should listen and be patient." And I'm like, I'm tired.
It's hard.
And it's like almost like she'll do things that will provoke you to just have a reaction. So all she wants is a reaction.
That's so correct. What would you tell her in her experience?
So now y'all getting into you got to pay for it, right? But absolutely,
fee that you can
we
pay
tried.
But of course you got to get that child assessed, and it sounds like you may have done that already. Have you already got? That's step one, and then in the assessment, of course. I'm not against medication. I don't push it on people, but I do understand because I have seen, again, the worst of the worst kids. Some kids, it doesn't matter what you do.
I feel like I'm there.
What you do, yeah. And so, you probably need to have a good therapist, not just any therapist. You need a good therapist, a culturally competent therapist who understands, really, really understands. But, I can't really give opinions about it not knowing the child. But I would say the first step is that assessment, and then having a solid therapist who will tell you real, because sometimes this as far as, okay, we need to put this kid in out-of-home placement in a treatment center. If it's that bad, or is this something that parenting classes can help? or does the kid just need a therapist they can identify with? Like it's a lot of different lanes that you can go in. We'll talk.
Girl, yes.
I didn't even want to go there.
It's rough though. No, it really is rough. And then the school writes them off, and it's really hard
Yeah,
because they'll just
They
write
make
them
it
off
seem
as
like
bad.
they're helping. We set up this
really not.
thing, and we're gonna follow this, but they still call you all day.
Correct.
It's just a paper
And
trail
I'm
for
just
them.
like, no,
That's
y'all
all that
gotta,
is.
y'all got a thing. Y'all need to follow
Yeah,
the thing.
she's
What you
had an
calling me
art.
for?
She's had an art meeting.
Yeah, so what you calling me for? Follow the
Right.
thing. Send somebody else in the classroom.
Yeah. You got to know your rights as a
Yeah.
parent for sure. That's a big part of this is knowing the rights.
It's difficult. It's hard.
It is.
Wow.
It is.
So, you're an activist. So, are you still in the community of Acres Home, or have you branched out?
You know
And-
what? Third Ward is my spot now. I'm in Third Ward. I'm in the tray a lot. I'm in the tray.
I went to
ain't even from
TSU.
here.
I went to TSU. That was my first home. Okay,
Well, go on,
So
speak
she
on
get
it.
to
that
rep
was
it.
my first Houston home. Third Ward.
Don't speak
The
on
tray.
Delano.
Yeah. I love the tray and
She
I live
was
on
that
the Delano
Street when she was
gentrification.
driving.
Oh my God, 4800 Delano,
Okay.
apartment number 6,
Yeah.
77004.
Oh, the whole address.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, that was my first. You remember your first home?
Yeah.
I'm not from
Oh,
Houston.
I love it.
But
Yeah.
I've been in
Where you from?
Houston. I'm from Jackson, Mississippi.
Well, turn up, Mississippi. I got some people there. Okay.
So yeah, I've been in Houston for quite some time, and I've experienced a lot because when I first got here, I wasn't feeling the music,
Mm-hmm.
and
It's a
it was the
change.
oddest thing to me. Even though I'm from Mississippi and we heard the same music, but of course I'm a Jay-Z fan, so I'm East Coast
my God.
hip hop
Get off
lover.
him.
Understood.
But anyway. But as I continue my stay here in Houston, I began to appreciate it because every time I would go out to like nightclubs, they'd be like a song come on, everybody in the club know all the lyrics, and they
exactly.
doing the South Side, and they
Exactly.
just feeling it.
True.
I'm like, okay,
I
I'm
can
on
get
the
with this.
outside
Okay.
looking in,
Right.
and I appreciate all of it. It's the culture, it's everything about Houston, and everybody can relate to that. So I get it. I
love
understand
that.
now.
Yeah, that's a good
So, yeah.
synopsis. Yeah.
So yeah, after Jay-Z, it was Pimp C.
Yes,
my
all
second.
day, every day.
All day. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Pimp C was the shit. Yeah.
Aw,
And I heard your
Pimp C.
song, Local Love.
Yes.
I really, really like that. You
Yes.
paying
Oh,
homage to
thank
all
you.
the greats
Thank
of Houston.
I did, and also I have a remix I should have promoted better with Lil Kiki on it. It's
Really?
really, really good. I think I wanted to wait till we did a video together, but
Right.
the timing just hasn't been right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Lil
love
Kiki.
Houston. I can't say that I haven't had a love-hate relationship because I have. I got one toe out the door. I'm getting ready to be in Atlanta halftime. Because it's just very difficult here as not only just an artist, but
So what's
female
the difference?
artist is
I know Atlanta
tough.
is really popping. It's the Mecca.
you
now,
can meet
Black
anyone
Mecca.
anywhere. It's
Exactly.
very easy. It's very
So
easy to
why not
rub shoulders.
Houston? Like,
Because we don't have like, first of all, a large record label, right?
Man,
So that's very,
rap
very
alliance,
important,
God.
and that's for a whole nother historical
Right.
reason we could talk about later. But if you go to Atlanta, they've got their big artists who started big labels and supported each other
Right.
and put money. I mean, we're
Right.
starting
I
to
get
understand that with
Right.
1501. Too bad they're in drama right now, but things like that. I mean, that was their vision. But Houston has always done things differently, and honestly, it really is a boys' club. So shout out to Megan Thee Stallion for
Right.
breaking through that, because I
Yeah.
know for sure being a part of it is really, really hard, because they own it. Like, listen to the Houston songs on the radio. It's all dudes back to back.
It is.
Like, why would you
Yeah.
not? It's so many female artists here. You're not gonna put not nary female on
not
there.
now.
They scared or something. I don't know.
But
But
did she have to
it's
get
weird.
snatched up before she got in the position that she was in?
I'd
or
have took
was
the
she
same deal. I'm
already.
a lot to
Because
y'all.
we
It's
didn't know her until
hard.
she
We
became
didn't.
part of Rock Nation.
Right.
right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we.
So would you be fine with somebody snatching you up and saying, you know what?
Absolutely.
on.
Absolutely. Because they can only take her, and that's just being
Are
truth.
you
It's nothing personal.
contractually obligated.
Contractual.
Me.
That's what I
I'm
meant.
independent,
Pretty.
but it's because I have a career too, so I don't have to kiss anyone's
Oh,
ass.
okay,
Let's just keep that
perfect.
real.
See,
If I was a
degrees.
Megan Thee Stallion, I'd have signed too, because
Yeah.
it's hard.
Yeah.
It's really, really hard. And once you get the exposure, fine, you got to get them these deals,
Right,
these
right.
these songs, but you can
Right.
still tour and you can be on a TV show and
Right.
you can do so much more because
Yeah.
Rock Nation is gonna give you that platform. But I'm independent. I have a career, so I don't have to do any of that selling my soul stuff.
So
Fortunately.
So when you go, will you still have your career?
When I go, what?
Like you
When-
said,
as
yeah.
soon
When
as you-
no. When you say like you're like 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Oh, to ATL.
Yeah. So like, will you still focus?
I would
on
never
your
sign a
career?
deal unless it's a distribution deal, first of all.
So what does that mean?
So that means I want them to just make sure my music get to people. I'll take care of the rest. I got my branding down. I'm well spoken. I can do
Right.
my own stuff. I got my own team. I don't need y'all to do nothing but make sure people hear my music. So, because that's really all it is having a platform. So put
Yeah.
me on unfortunately, like a Love and a Hip Hop or something like
Yeah.
Cardi B. That was genius.
Yeah.
Nobody
That was
was paying
genius.
attention to her. They
Nobody.
thought she was a joke.
They
So you
did.
just need those kind of opportunities
Yeah.
that bigger labels and bigger companies can give you. But I don't need them to do any of the other stuff. I've done all the groundwork. You know what I
Smart.
mean?
Pretty much.
Smart. So what are of course we're in the season of voting
Yeah.
this November.
Exactly.
And black people are showing up to the polls. I voted for the first time in like 3 years.
Wow.
So black people are out there.
They would know.
But it's like we don't have an agenda.
Mm-hmm. True.
And we'll go out and vote, but who are we voting for and why?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think are some of the things that we should ask for in a candidate?
It's so hard for us because black people are not a monolith. And that is so hard because you have black people who may be Republican.
Right.
You have black people like my parents who be like, I ain't voting. What does it matter? The white man. You
Right.
know, like,
Right.
we ain't got a chance.
white man
you know,
want?
they don't care. They're not sitting
Right.
here stressing about it. Like, then you have the
Yeah.
super militant black people. You have the super militant black people who are against other people's rights, which doesn't make any damn sense. I mean, we're just all over the place. So to me, we got to get it together in our own backyard first. And I hate to say that, but we do.
We're going to have a barbecue.
And the
about
truth is,
this.
it's not that many of us to be so divisive. We see black people on TV and music and film, but we're really not that much of the American population. We don't understand that. When we grasp that, then we will understand why are we fighting? Because we're taking this 13% and we splitting it even more. What sense does that make? It makes
Right.
no sense at all.
So you think that we should support a candidate or create a candidate, support that candidate because one, he comes from our choosing and he knows what we are looking for once we figure that out? Or do you think we should just pick somebody and say, okay, this is what we want? Can you do that? And you get all these millions of voters. Can you handle that?
If we can be reasonable, yes, but we're so unreasonable, which
Right.
Republicans
'Cause
are
we're
not.
still
They're
divided.
like, yeah, he's talking. Okay, I like what he's saying. Go ahead. I know he did that one thing, but listen, we
That's
gotta
what
win.
we do.
We're not like that. We're like, oh, nah, he out of there because he did this one thing. He ate at that chicken spot I did not like.
We didn't do
I
that
don't
to R.
like him no
Kelly.
more. He's done.
We didn't do
Like
that to R.
doesn't
Kelly.
make any sense. Like they find a reason to hate every single person, and then it's like you paint yourself into a corner. Like
I don't think all black
nobody's
people are
gonna be
like that.
perfect.
I feel like
Correct.
I feel like lately we've been too forgiving as a community.
Lately.
I'll drink to that.
Yes.
My water.
Lately.
Yes.
That shit has forever been happening.
Yeah.
It's nothing
Like
new.
we'll make a let me just go to
That's
the Gucci
very
thing.
true. Mhm.
Everybody was mad at Gucci. Did
That's
what they
very
do.
true.
I can afford a bag, bitch. I'm gonna wear this Gucci.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear these shoes. I'm gonna
Correct.
wear this belt. We're too forgiving. We need to make up our mind and stand behind our mind being made up. This is why I won't wear you. This is why I won't represent you.
And that's what it
R.
is.
Kelly.
Yeah. Oh,
Why that
God.
man still walking around? I mean, he's incarcerated, but he gonna be out in a minute.
He want us to kill him?
No, she's saying don't
Don't ask me
support
that
it.
on air. Don't ask me that on air.
Well, you want him to break his legs?
I
He's still
mean-
walking around. I mean, what do you
He's
expect
killed
for him?
So many women's
Souls.
souls.
Ooh, that's real.
R.
so
Kelly is
don't
not
wanna
the
hear
only
many.
man who's done that.
He's not. But Bill Cosby, you
Bill ain't the only man who's done
You're
it.
right, but they're black men.
They are two black men who've made some very bad decisions.
Bill Cosby
and have
already.
caused
Bill
a
Cosby
death
already
to their
paid-
legacies.
some of these women, and they still came back years later, decades later, and said,
you can't
"He
hide
did
the
this to me.
truth.
He did this to me. Bitch, I already paid you. Why is you coming
You
up to
can't hide
me?
the truth. I just
You
want to
can't
tell
hide
my
it.
story.
R. Kelly hid it for how long?
He really
didn't
wasn't
hide
hiding
it.
it. He definitely
He
wasn't.
kept getting away
hiding
with it and
Correct.
just got like relaxed.
Because
like,
the
I
people
wish-
around him enabled it.
I
Yeah.
wish, that we loved ourselves more as a
Sure.
community.
Yes.
I
Sure.
wish we were protected more as
agree.
African American women and young girls, but we're not. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why he
was able
targeted
to
these
infiltrate.
women.
Yeah.
Nobody is gonna take you serious. Even the mothers of some of these women that are missing or gone, they're like, well, he got acquitted. But you saw him on that tape. You know that was
That
him.
was a big
You
grown
know
ass
that was
man.
him. And you still sent your daughter on to go. They just singing in the hotel. You stupid. You
It's
stupid.
a bad look
you
for
got me
everyone
messed up.
involved.
I don't care.
It's
I,
definitely
It's a
that.
bad look
if
for
I saw
everyone
the
involved.
video, I know that's that man. I know that these are these two women. I'm not sending my child to be the next prey.
Victim.
Yes, I'm not doing it. So I think we do need to make up our minds what we're looking for and what we expect out of a candidate. But we need to stay there, and we need to know the reasons why we're voting for this person. You're
We're
not,
not
gonna
voting for you, R. Kelly.
You're not
okay?
gonna cross
You're
off.
not. You're not
I
getting
mean,
nervous.
but
Okay?
I mean, let's be honest. We're still listening to his music. His music is still being played on the radio.
But I still
So they
like
are
his
voting
Just
for him.
bananas to
I
me
like
at
his
this
They
point.
are still voting for him.
So you'll
I
listen
still
to
like
it.
I like 12 play.
But you can't. Can you
But
not?
it's
I mean, I can't listen to it because then I
12
feel
play
like
at 12
gross.
years old.
Yeah, it's literally
really
to
what
a
he's
12-year-old.
That's
I
what I'm
can't
saying.
do it.
That's what he's saying.
But
Now,
I
I was
still
heard
like
about
the
the songs
song.
that meant something. Like, I Believe I Can Fly was my shit.
Yeah.
And you cannot, and now it's like, fuck, R. Kelly, like, bro,
Oh, no.
you compromising this
You gotta get him out
beautifully,
of my head.
beautifully sang song. Yeah. So, now I
I
can't
don't
do,
know.
I definitely can't do the
I
sexual songs.
still
though.
like the song. I'm sorry. I still like. I'm not thinking about.
But it's a human thing.
yeah,
It's a human
I'm
thing.
not
I just
thinking
can't
about
get with
that
it.
when I
don't
listen to
judge
it.
people.
It's a
You don't think about
nostalgic
that?
feeling.
Now
that
you
I
don't think
get
about that
when I
after
was
watching
19.
Surviving?
Right,
You don't
right.
think about that?
I haven't watched that.
Okay,
Oh,
great. So
then
right
it
now
makes
we're going to
sense.
take a moment
It makes sense.
to do a little commercial, and then we're going to come right back.
Like, share, subscribe, rate they mates, plates, Talking Pink. Follow us on all social sites, Chia on Twitter, Pink, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Donate to our Patreon. There you go. Fucking donate, okay? Stop fucking inboxing bitches and fucking subscribe and fucking donate. You want to make? Fucking donate, okay? So we can get this pussy.
Yeah, don't you like that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll be
you gotta
ready.
roll with it.
Okay, so
I
I'm
love
gonna
her
ask you a
song.
question because we're gonna get off that other stuff. Okay. Who do you remind yourself of as an MC?
Oh,
If
well,
you had to,
that's easy because 5 times a week I'm told that I'm MC Light.
that's what I said.
5 times a week I'm told that
That's
it's
what
very
I said. I asked
easy.
her who did she see you as?
Yeah, and
When I hear you,
Okay.
I think Mia X.
wow. I'll take
I
that
did.
one
Is
too.
that your
That's
favorite?
hard shit right there.
Yeah,
That's my first time
She
hearing
was
that.
hard as hell.
I get MC
I'm not
Light
gonna
all
lie,
the
she was hard
time.
as
I've
hell.
gotten MC Light for the whole appearance of it all because
Right.
like we met a few times and it's like that Spider-Man meme.
Exactly.
Cause we like same size and everything.
Yeah.
But then as far as rapping goes, some people say Queen Latifah, so I get those
Okay.
two.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I never heard me X.
Yeah,
That's it.
Mia
I'll
X.
take that one also.
Yeah, I
Okay.
hear it.
Exactly.
All
hear
great
it.
artists.
Okay, so how has social media positively and negatively affected your
I
brand?
love this question. Okay, because the other stuff is easy. Okay, how has social media positively affected me? Easy. Brand partnerships. So again, when you're an independent artist, you have to make money in other ways because
Right.
you're not gonna get radio spins,
Right.
and
Yeah.
you may get the big bookings, but you're just gonna be opening for the opener for the opener.
Right.
Brand sponsorships. So because I am so many different things, I have partners, especially Instagram. I get DMs all the time.
Right.
Would you wear this product? Would you do this? And then we'll give you some money. Right now, I'm with the Own Every Piece campaign. It's about women's rights. It's particularly dealing with birth control and their right to choose.
Okay.
So just stuff like that, you get to not only do what you believe in, but also get some coins. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
That's the both
so
worlds.
that has definitely been
not
a
for you,
positive.
R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Take his coins.
Oh my God.
So that's probably the biggest influence of it. Negatively, I mean, it's not really great for your mental health if we're being honest, because people don't have any fucking boundaries. Let me start there.
Yeah.
People will come up to me and just start talking to me. I'll be like, girl, I know you think I know who you are, but I really do not. And can you do this? Can you always come here? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Because I'm an artist, and if I say no, then I'm a bitch, you know, or whatever. It's like, but girl, you don't know. I just worked also a full-time job that is very difficult. I don't want to do that right now. Like, so
I feel like most artists on there, they feel like that's all that they do.
And so now I really understand celebrities when people say they're assholes and stuff. They're really not. They're exhausted because people have no boundaries.
Yeah.
And then just the negativity, and you always got to be ready for an argument. Even if you say something like the sun is shining today, somebody going to say, well, it wasn't yesterday. And then you got to decide, am I going to fight this nigga or not?
Exactly. Oh, my God.
So you have to sort through that.
Yeah.
But the good news is when you get fans, now it's like people just come and take care of that for you. Thanks for squashing that bug.
Handle my lightweight.
Handle my lightweight, which has been happening a lot. Yeah.
What about like DMs? As far as DMs, do you have like crazy, weird ass, nasty ass DMs?
Not nasty, strange. Yes. I don't know if it's my persona. Like, people don't really fuck with me like that, but they'll like be gentle about it. Hey, you're so pretty. Hey.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna be at this event? I've been waiting to meet you. I can't wait to see you there. Can I buy your stuff?
Strange.
Yeah. So I'm not really. I try to keep my page pretty positive and pretty healthy. So,
but you don't look like somebody that can easily be like. I mean, I want to send her a DP, but I don't know how she gonna receive it.
So I don't know. I get nice DMs. I'm not gonna say that. I get negative. I don't really get
no
negative.
hotel. Nobody coming there and say.
Nobody said, "Let me see your feet." Just send me your big toe.
I don't get it, and I don't know if it's like because I'm real PG-13. I don't know. People don't do that to me. I haven't
crazy
had
coming off.
If you don't mind me asking,
it does.
How old are you?
I can't say that on
okay,
TV.
now
We can talk about it later.
Sure.
Okay.
We can talk about it later. Yes.
I'm as
She
old as
young
you
as
think
fuck.
I am.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Relationships.
Uh-huh.
How hard or how easy is it to be in a relationship in your industry?
It's a wonderful question. It's terrible with someone like me because, first of all, I'm a Gemini.
What does that mean?
So I can be like really in love with you, and then it's like, but I'm bored now. So
what month is
goodbye.
That's June.
Oh my God, I gotta get. That is true.
It explains some things, right? Okay.
Are you emotional?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
that's the
good.
problem.
She'll grow
I'm
out of it.
super always.
out of it.
Yeah,
Black
I'm
and white.
Okay,
Black and
that explains something. Yes. So I can be super energetic like now, and then I'll probably go home and not talk for hours because I don't need to always have that. So a Gemini can kind of go in between. I could be super hype, or I can like just chill and not talk.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? So dating in the industry, but also having a job is even harder because it's like I don't have a lot of gas when I get off. Like remember I'm a therapist, right? So I literally leave on E because I work with teens and all day. Can you do? Hey, can I talk to you? Can I talk to you? Can I talk to you? And then I have a private practice too. So it's like people telling you this heavy shit all day.
Yes.
And then when you get home, it's like I really don't have anything to give you. So I am being honest, and I know that I'm difficult.
A therapist? I
had a therapist in college because, of course, while we were in our master's program, they all encouraged us to try it out.
Right.
Yeah.
I, though, enjoy, like, holistic stuff. So, like, I'll do hot yoga. I did Tai Chi for a while. I like stuff like that. That helps me heal.
We're going to have to do hot yoga, by the way.
I'm hot already.
Hot yoga is the jam. It's the jam.
Girl.
So
it's
am I
nothing to
gonna
fuck
sweat?
with. Yeah.
You're going to sweat, pooped.
I don't think you want me to do that.
Everything is gonna be.
But it's
open.
pretty amazing because you'll do all these movements and you're like, okay, cool. And then when you wake up in the morning, your body feels like you did a super hard workout.
Oh,
so you didn't even have to do all of those things, but you feel it. And I was sore for
So
like
what
a
is
week.
what's the hot? So we're gonna be in a sauna while we're doing
You can
this?
do warm, you can do hot, or you can do sonic hot.
What
Don't do sonic
So
hot, girl.
it's like
Try with
like a sauna, like you're doing it. In
you don't want to do that.
Heat.
Like sitting out in the Texas heat in the middle of summer.
Look at me.
August.
No.
Houston.
You could probably do the medium. It's about 90 degrees in the room
But
while
it
you're
would
doing
be
the exercise.
fun. It would be
It's
fun.
really-
You
It's really cleansing.
already.
You feel like
so
a new
that's why
person.
it's fun to you. Am I gonna be able to do all these damn movements?
You don't.
So that's why it's gonna be fun.
The
to
beauty
you.
is up to what your body can do. So
Yeah.
they're
Nobody
not
can
gonna
do that.
force you.
She gonna push me to
Why
do
you
some stuff.
already saying no? You
She
don't
gonna
even
push
know.
me-
You haven't even tried
Okay,
this
listen,
shit. Why
listen,
you all?
listen,
You
listen,
don't
I'm
even
listen.
know.
listening.
You don't
I'm
even.
listening.
This is a yoga pose, just like
listening.
this.
My arms
Right, 'cause
can't
you
go
could just
up
be
like
standing
that
there.
right now. Because, look at my underarm. No.
She
But
said, look at my.
You so
I'm a real
self-conscious.
natural. You know what I'm saying? That's what natural is. Oh, shit.
She
it's
got
showing
somebody in
over
the
there.
headlock. Like,
They natural. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I'ma try it. Okay.
yeah, that's all
That's
I'm
all I
asking.
can say.
You like
Don't
it?
push
You
me.
don't
You
like
gonna
it.
Try
push-
it.
she gonna
Oh,
push
I
me to
can't
do
wait
some
to
shit.
hear. That's gonna be so
She gonna
good.
push me to do something.
It's
She gonna
definitely
push me
gonna
to
be
do something.
filmed.
Yeah.
It will be
Do
filmed.
it. It's so lit. It's
Okay,
really
fine,
lit.
I'll
You're gonna
try
feel
it.
like a new
Fun.
woman.
So no.
It's amazing.
So,
It really
so,
centers you. Anyway, that's how I get centered. Yeah.
so you don't
It's
need to-
therapeutic.
See, therapy is more talking. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm trying not to talk. Okay.
It's pretty dangerous when I open my mouth. So you don't want me to say
Oh
too
snap.
much.
Oh snap. Okay.
Rachel After Dark. Stay tuned.
Oh,
You don't want me to say too much.
Because
I'm trying
Rachel
to
is
push
being
that, but Black
really
King-
mild
I
right
am.
now.
really? Is it because
I
see
am.
people do that PG-13 thing
But
around me,
yeah.
but I'm actually I curse like a drunken sailor.
No, you don't, because I've said fuck a lie, and you've been like, oh my god. I pick up energy off people. Your energy is like real
This is what
calm. Like
everyone
it
says
don't
to me.
like it basically is it's
so
saying to
funny.
me, you don't need all that.
Okay.
Some
Just
people
Bring your
I
ass
gotta
down.
just say
Right,
pussy dick
right.
fuck. Okay, and then okay. But yeah,
Oh,
your
that's
energy
hilarious.
is really,
I'll take it. Okay.
I'm
That's
one
fine.
with your energy.
I love it.
So that's
girl.
my yoga pose.
I love to transfer that to you. Yes, yes.
So we're gonna try. Well, we're gonna break one more time.
Okay.
This is at first glance.
Yeah.
So we're gonna watch some videos. Y'all know how we do. We watch a video and you get our reaction. Blah, 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 blah. Be like, okay.
Oh shit. Let's see what's about to happen. Okay. Oh, that's nice.
He's got a lot of makeup on.
He does.
He got the contouring and everything.
He does.
You know
have
what?
contour like a mug.
He's going for that president
Fox
look.
13's Jackie Massey is live at SES headquarters. Jackie, you talked to concerned parents. What did they tell you?
Daryl, several parents rushed to Treadwell, pulling their kids out of school. They were worried that their kids might get sick. But a health department spokesperson tells me this is not necessary because the employee is not considered sick and that employee is quarantined right now. They're just trying to see if the person will be developing any symptoms.
And don't nobody want their child to be sick, and don't nobody want to take that virus to their house.
Parents with children at Treadwell Middle and elementary schools are not playing around. Many wiped their kids down, and some even sprayed them with disinfectant spray as they took them home Monday.
And I wiped my children back down. I got them out of school, sure did. Gave them gloves, sure did.
Parents are doing this after they found out an employee who works at Treadwell Middle and Elementary came in contact with a person who tested positive for the coronavirus in Memphis. Some took more extreme measures.
What the hell? Is that a
Two
Dollar
garbage bags.
General bag?
My shoes and came and loose. 2 sacks. Another sack.
Leaders with the Shelby County Health Department say this is not
is definitely about to
necessary because it's a very
suffocate.
low-risk situation for students. Health Director Elisa Haushalter says about 70 people came in contact with a patient who has coronavirus. Those people were quarantined at home but are not considered sick. She says most of those people live in Tennessee while a few live in Mississippi.
They're being asked to stay at home during the incubation period so that if they become ill, we can get them appropriate treatment.
While the SES employee is quarantined, the district is focusing on making sure everything is clean.
So would they have
Still,
the virus
family
or not?
members tell me they don't want their kids in school.
So they got the virus?
Wait a minute.
Or they don't?
What
they
happened? So did they get a phone call?
I think there was a case. And so everybody got the hysteria going because there was a case.
Yeah. That was not trash bags. Those was grocery bags.
Exactly. And then
one was from Dollar General.
So do you throw that shoe away?
Family Dollar.
Do you throw that shoe
That
away?
was totally a
I
dollar
have
store.
to find my kids to take a bath anyway. So I got to do all that too?
Spray their face with Lysol.
What was that?
That can kill somebody.
That was, and I was
He
like,
put that shit in his eyes. Like,
he was
you
like,
trying
look
to
at
blind
me,
me.
look at me, look at me.
Like, that was just too far.
You wouldn't do all that? You wouldn't do all that? I think that's why they took the necessary precautions and just closed the schools.
I was about to say, because if I got to do all that, I ain't going.
Exactly.
That's exactly right.
And I'm not going to lie. That was concerning to me. I was afraid that if the kids did get sent to school, kids don't wash their hands and not touch their face.
They've already been infected if they had got in contact with anything or anybody with the virus.
So what you're saying is those things kill the virus. You don't need a cure.
It kills something, somebody,
bags,
a couple ants. I don't know.
Because that wasn't the Lysol. That was green. That was green. That's some shit he made up.
Remember that movie? What was it? My
Listen,
Big Fat
listen.
Greek Wedding when they put
right there.
Windex on there.
I love it. Put some Windex on that. Put some Windex. Y'all bring some Windex next time, all right?
Windex, not Lysol. Windex.
Don't make that face. You know, black people be doing that stuff too.
I don't know what movie
Ginger
y'all talking
ale.
about. So she always
drink some
put
ginger ale, girl.
I know.
Put Vaseline on
And a
everything.
cracker, saltine cracker.
Put some alcohol on it. Okay, pull it out and pour alcohol in it. Listen, I don't know what movie you're talking about.
Rachel,
You've never
my
seen it?
God.
I
It's
love
like
that
20-year-old movie.
Yeah, it's a
My
great
Big
movie.
Fat Greek Wedding.
Go
Because
watch
they had the
it.
word fat in it, I was supposed to see it.
Was you? Fat coochie, what was you supposed to be?
You know one of my lips is fat. Don't hate on that. That one is big.
Just one.
You
She
seen
like
it.
this.
See, you admit it. You admit it.
Because you describe it all the time.
She
When
seen
I
it.
saw it,
Okay,
and
we
I
got a
seen
wax.
it.
We got a wax.
I
We got a
seen it.
steam, and she saw it.
Totally.
So you know one was bigger than the other.
I seen it, but it didn't look big. I don't know what she was
ain't
talking
nothing wrong
about.
with your coochie. I'm like, thank you. You don't have to say that. You know, you just saying that to make me feel better than normal.
We got another video.
Yeah, we got another video. Ooh, I'm looking.
All these police officers think I was stealing. Look at him. Look at him. Look how dumb he look. Look at him. I want all y'all badge number too. I swear to God, I'm not playing. Look at him. Look how dumb they look. How dumb you look. How dumb you feel. I ain't had nothing on me, did I? Crazy, feeling so stupid. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him, man. Thought I was stealing. Look at this man. Over here looking like the man off of bro, what? Stop playing with me, bro. They thought I was stealing. Now they feeling stupid. Nigga, because they caught D'Anthony with all this stuff. Nigga, I ain't caught me with nothing, nigga. I ain't had nothing. I want your badge number, your badge
The little
number.
kid is confronting them.
Jamin.
He's confronting.
Yup. Bro, hey, can I get your badge number? Huh? No, can I? Bro, don't put your hands. Hey, bro, don't put your hands on me, bro. Look, y'all see it, right? Don't put your hands on me. Bro, can you get your hands off me, bro?
Are you gonna stand up again?
No, I ain't gonna stand up. Get your hands off me. I want your badge number too. My mom. I want your badge number. I want your badge number because your badge number is about ready to pop off your fat ass. I want every one of y'all badge number. I promise you, I want every single one of y'all badge number. Y'all niggas think out, bro. Ooh, y'all so lucky. And, bro, if y'all took these badges off, I'll fire on all you niggas right now, bro. Look at him. Look how dumb he look. You look. Look at him. Look at him. Get my bag. Get my bag. Get my bag. Look at him. Look at him, y'all. Look at him. Thought I was stealing. Goofy. Looking dumb. Nigga, stop playing with me. Nigga, looking dumb. Stop playing with me. Nigga, I ain't had nothing in my bag. Nigga, you sound crazy, nigga. Pocket full of money. Nigga, not how dumb do you look. Not, look at him. Say hello to the live, sir. Here, look how dumb you look, y'all. Look how dumb you look. Looking stupider than... That nigga looks stupid. Just dumb. You look pitiful. You look pitiful. You look pitiful. Because you think me and my mans was stealing? You look pitiable. Pitiful. Look at you. Look, you look so stupid. Do you believe how dumb you look right now? You look so dumb. You look so stupid. This is crazy. You look dumb.
This is 15 minutes. How does it end?
His face is red as hell.
Did he get a chance to call his peers?
First of all, let me just
because
say
they can't even arrest him like that. They can't even do that.
They held him to kind of give it back. So they held him, and then he got released, and his mom did make him apologize.
First of all, he was cute. First of all,
but
that doesn't make it okay.
Nothing wrong with the N-word, okay?
It is everything wrong with the N-word. No, it is not.
It's not. It's not. I
don't use the N-word. And if you call me
the
N-word, I don't.
That's very intriguing.
If that's a problem with the N-word, you using the N-word being
you don't use it. Okay.
Somebody using the N-word behind you, then you're giving it too much power.
You giving it too much power when you keep saying that shit. Just don't use it.
I can use it.
You as an African American woman shouldn't even want nobody to use that
because
word.
I don't give it power.
But again, I was raised.
Use it. So if somebody
and so it just comes out.
non-African American descent walks up to you and be like, "What's up, my N?" What you gonna do?
Like,
I'm not gonna give it that much power.
Well, I have to hear it every day with the kids.
I'm not
what does that
mean?
That
much power.
And everybody saying it. Asian, Latinx, everybody.
You gonna be that calm?
It's unfortunate.
You gonna be that calm?
What does that mean?
You gonna be that calm?
Yeah, like what?
You a motherfucking lie. She is not gonna be that calm.
Like,
she not gonna be that calm.
You say that too?
Do you use that word?
I
Who do you say
but
that?
I don't like that I use it. But again, where I'm from, we just always said nigga. Everything is nigga this and nigga that. So it's a part of my vocabulary. But I don't like that I say it so much.
I don't like that
and I don't like to hear other people say it. But at the same time, like you said, I don't really get all bent out of shape because I work with teens and Latin teens are saying it, Asian teens are saying it, white teens, and the little black kids are letting their friends say it. I knew that I needed to back up with my brother. He hangs around everybody, and they be nigga, shut up, nigga, shut up. He'll say nigga to them, nigga, be quiet, and I'm just like, wait, I'm confused. Let me get out of the twilight zone.
I think they really
so
use
I
it
don't
as
like
a word
it,
as like people.
It is. It's like fam. It's like when they say
like,
fam, a homie. That's what they really mean.
I've heard every race of people.
Yeah, they all use
this
it.
word.
They all use
I'll be like,
it.
oh, what?
You
say that? You're like, Ian, what's wrong with you? Oh my God.
That's why we need these reparations. They
exactly.
steal every damn thing from us. They steal everything.
Okay, hold on. I have a question. Who gonna pay these reparations?
I want reparations to be land and power.
Who gonna pay the reparations?
Money off of us.
Everybody. Land and power.
Who gonna pay the reparations? Who gonna pay
everybody?
Give us land.
No. The government is not gonna pay.
I didn't say the government was gonna pay me. If you let me finish my statement, I'm gonna say the government is going to enforce that all these corporations, all these business owners will pay us money that they.
So I tell you what,
land.
They gonna pay the people.
Labor.
They gonna pay the people that was doing the free labor. That's who they gonna give it to.
They got to give it to their descendants. Okay.
No, they don't.
Yes,
they
do.
They do.
Jewish
you
people
gonna end up paying the reparation. You are the taxpayer. That's where it's gonna come from.
No, the government is not gonna make me pay reparations to myself.
Oh, y'all got in trouble.
I know, right? My hand over here dismissed.
I love this guy. Okay,
but what were you gonna say, Judith? Go ahead and make your statement.
Oh, I was saying I would take land, and other cultures have been repay in their Jewish people.
Yeah.
And most others. We're the only ones who always get fucked,
even.
girl. Yeah.
You know why?
And so,
because we're too busy apologizing.
Correct.
And saying
and trying to fit in. Yeah. And trying to fit in with what everyone.
I'm just gonna take my Gucci bag and walk off.
Truth. It's all true. Yeah. So it's unfortunate, but yes, that's what's happening.
So you know why? Because they still using the N-word. That's why they ain't paying you.
Because niggas
they
was
like
using
they
it
don't
all
want
the time.
it.
So
they don't want it. Look at
they all distracted.
Why I can't not
We're too comfortable here. We're too comfortable here in America.
We built this city not on rock and roll, but
on what?
But we built it on blood, sweat, and tears.
You want Rocky Road?
Where you from?
Shut up.
She never knows any references. This is very interesting to me.
I
want to know more about you. What happened?
She just came out 2 years ago.
I don't have cable. So this is what I feel like when I don't know what they're talking about. Everybody's talking about cable talk.
Okay.
I don't have cable.
That's where
antenna.
Pretty is
You don't. So I was like, okay, we being pretty over here. We don't know what the hell they talking about. So yeah, there are a lot of things, but it's fine. You know, I'm fine. I never know what
she's always dropping the references hard, and you're like, what?
She just go home and watch movies. I never know what the hell she's talking about ever.
Well, I got all your references, sis. I got you.
I was like, look how being nice.
I love entertainment culture.
Gotta get with it, Rachel.
We gotta get you from under this rock.
Exactly.
She
is definitely under a rock.
My hair.
But we love you, Rachel, because you're so pretty.
She called me an N-word behind my back.
In your face. I don't wait. I don't wait for you to turn around with your big booty. But anyway. Oh, man.
What?
I don't know if you want to answer that question. That Andrea.
Somebody asked my granny's name.
Right. What's your mama them name?
Teresa Spencer. Her name
Why,
is
you from there?
Teresa Spencer. Right, because are you from
Yeah, they might
the
be.
Fofo? Represent.
Fofo.
That Fofo represent.
Wait, is this a gang?
Oh, God.
There she is.
You're not from there?
She's back.
I'm not going to. You're free to do whatever you want.
They're gonna jump me. Oh, shit.
What the hell? I don't think that's going to happen. Acres Home is really a nice place. I used to work in that area. It's a beautiful area, beautiful community.
Oh.
And
have they torn it all down and built up
I haven't been there in quite some time. I'm pretty sure they've
started
built up.
gentrifying. Yeah.
Because, I mean, concrete is coming up everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You can barely find greenery.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah, it looks way different from when I was growing up there, that's for sure.
But yeah, it's a beautiful, just like Third Ward. I mean, when I moved here and I saw Third Ward, I was like,
look nothing like it did.
I mean, they had beautiful homes, and then, of course, they had shabby homes.
Yeah.
It's to be expected when it's not nurtured or taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
But the area itself was just like all us. I mean, and
Do you think we did that to our community?
We had a hand in it, as we do everything. But there was no assistance from the the city.
It's systemic.
Yeah,
yes.
it's
systemic. It's
everything
made to be that way. Right.
Exactly. So it's just like, I don't know what area it is now, but it's all run down, and it's gonna be gentrified eventually. I can't remember the area I was just in, but even like where I'm from, Jackson, Mississippi, it's all trash. It's an awful looking place. Every time I go home, I just get sick and eerie because I just know that there is nothing growing there. And that I tell my husband all the time, I was like, when we're able, we need to buy property.
Yeah, I was going to say, go and buy that then.
We need to, because they are going to gentrify. Sure. Everybody's moved out of Jackson, either moved to Flowood, Ridgeland, Brandon, or the surrounding areas. And nobody's there. I mean, I grew up on these two streets.
Yeah.
And they look like crap.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't like this because this is my home. This is where I come from. This is where, me was created. So it just feels bad every time I go. And I haven't been in a while, but it's going to be gentrified. I already know that.
Yep, get that land, girl.
Yeah, because we have a mall that we used to go to all the time. It was my first job I had at this Metro Center Mall. And it was flourishing like during that time. And as I grew up, I saw it going down, and now it's nothing. But I can't remember her name, but the creator of Dancing Dolls, she's bought some space in that mall.
Okay.
So she's got her studio that she's building there, which is awesome.
Right.
And so she's sort of putting her hand into making it grow back into the community that we all know and we love.
Okay.
But I just don't like that. But anyway, so give the people your information, how they can find you, where they can find you, your next upcoming show, because I know you got something coming up.
All of them got canceled because of the corona. Shout out to you, corona, you bitch, you. Yeah.
I forgot about to talk about you.
I had South by Southwest.
I know.
I had a City of Houston gig with the mayor. I had all this kind of shit, and it's like
break.
It's fine.
Down.
That's why I keep a career. You see what I'm saying? But I do want you guys to follow me at MC Genesis BLU on Instagram, and then for all the other ones, really, you could just hit that Linktree link in my IG or go to genesisblue.com, genesisblu.com. I have a comic book album that's about to drop.
Okay.
So pre-orders will be coming up soon. It's going to be a mental health-based comic book that has an album to go along with it for the kiddos.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
I
I'll
need
make sure
something
your
for my
daughter gets
children.
one. How old is she?
Exactly. She's
7.
Okay, she's like right. My target audience is 6 to 12, so that's perfect. Okay, I'll get her one.
great. And it's gonna come with something.
It's gonna come with mental
Press
health
play.
discussion questions, and it's gonna
Like, oh, mommy, look.
yeah, it's gonna come with a
guess it's
QR
like tonight.
code so they can scan it on whatever device they have and get the album. She's not allowed to. But here's the thing: for parents, you can listen to it in the car with them because there's no cursing. It's positive music. So
That's beautiful.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
Thank
That's
you.
beautiful.
We want to thank you so much for coming to our show
Thank you,
and
ladies.
talking to us and being in the community and supporting where you from and representing and helping these kids and families because it is hard.
it's hard.
It's really, really hard. I applaud you
Thank you.
because I could not. I
Can't
just
do it.
could not. Wow.
Yeah, I feel her on that
I cannot.
because I work 10 hours a day
Yeah.
and
Ooh.
going home and raising children, it's
It's
difficult.
It's
I
one
mean,
of the hardest jobs you'll ever do. Yeah.
Yep. But on that note, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, talk in pink tip team. Go to our Patreon, donate.
Yep.
Do fucking Nate
Yes.
niggas. Okay.
Oh my God.
Watch us on Facebook Live. Well, we just ended our Facebook Live, but we
Oh damn. Oh damn.
but we on Instagram, Twitter, TalkinPINk. So good night. Thank you.